happiest button I've ever pressed wasn't send, it wasn't delete, it was block contact, and it belonged to my dad. Throughout my life, my dad has showed lots of narcissistic behavior. A narcissist is someone who always feels self-important and lacks empathy for others. My dad would always play the victim in arguments and constantly at home belittle us and shift in between idealizing and devaluing his relationships with us to maintain control and to boost his fragile ego. Because of this, my relationship with my dad over the years has changed immensely. I can still remember when I was younger, waiting on the windowsill of my room, wondering, when is this car going to pull back into the driveway? Some days, he would show up very, very late. And some days he wouldn't show up at all. That was very hard, I could be honest with that. According to the World Psychiatric Association, millions of children globally, anywhere, have experienced the emotional distress of a parental separation or divorce annually, with roughly half of all children in the US has witnessed their parents' marriage end. Unfortunately for me, I was one of those children. My dad moved out of the house when I was about 6 years old, around the same time frame when my little brother was born. One thing I'll never be able to fully know or understand is what was on his mind that day. Was he even thinking of us? Or was he too focused on his own feelings? It's sad to have to acknowledge that I have no vivid memories whatsoever of my dad living with me and my family in the house. The Marsh Psychotherapy Network states, not being able to remember life before a parent leaves is a common response to childhood stress or trauma, often caused by the brain's protective mechanisms. When a child experiences any major event, the brain can hide those memories to manage the emotional pain. My dad's absence recently has shaped how I perceive Sam. Sam is my mom's boyfriend. Because my dad left, I am more sensitive to the presence of another male figure in my life. Unfortunately, viewing Sam sometimes through a lens of comparison and guardedness rather than neutrality. In reality, Sam is one of the most strong, hardworking, and just overall caring people to show up to be part of my life, and I thank you for that. But because of my on and off sense of instability and loss of a primary source of security, I've perceived things differently. If I were to think of one word that it took for me to overcome all of this, it would be support. My teachers, my friends, but especially my family. Those are all the people that I've listed are who I would call my support system, always being there for me, and still to this day keep my head up high, leading to me being the person I am, who I am today. For anyone out there, I can simply say it in this way. There will always be people out there who care about you and just overall want what's best for you. You just need to be the person sometimes to take that big step into letting the people know around you what is wrong, and they will be there for you. As I listed, my family in this case, they're there for me because I go to them in need. It took so long for me to set these boundaries between me and my dad. Because not only did it hurt me, it hurt him as well. I had to stop all communication overall with my dad. It was really difficult. But in the end, what had to be done was done. You may not be able to entirely relate to the speech, but there's one thing I know I can say that any one of you in this audience can take away and keep it with you in your mind for any time, anywhere. You can be a kind person with a good heart and still block someone's phone number. It's called setting boundaries. Thank you.